Welcome to Slow and Steady, the podcast where you get to follow along as we build products in public. Each week we'll give you an honest peek into our lives as we share our struggles, our wins, and everything in between. I'm Benedicte and I'm feeling confused.
And I'm Benedikt. Today is January 10th and this is episode number 194 and I'm feeling energized.
So let's just talk about you today.
What?
Let's just talk about you today.
No, like we can have an honest chat. Like we don't have to
have an honest
about
chat.
myself just because I did my notes and you didn't.
Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
It's been too long. Like I've gotten out of practice. I haven't done my notes. I don't even remember what I've done the last 4 weeks. Because as a longtime listener know, it's Christmas bonanza and then it's birthday bonanza. So I am like stressed out because of all the birthday stuff and the Christmas stuff, but also really enjoyed Christmas and looking forward to my big ass party happening this Saturday. But also don't know what I'm doing for money the next month. So I am all over the place.
Well, I guess that's what
confused.
it should be, right? I mean, at least like not necessarily being all over the place, but I think it's a good sign that you don't know what you did in the past couple of weeks because you had Christmas break and now birthdays and stuff like that. Like it would be a shame if you were like, yeah, I did work on this project and I did on that project and then I had this call and that call. That would be a shame. Good thing you got some time off.
I guess so. And we got to really like Kristen, the my house renovation, which I've been harping on about for a year now. Because on New Year's Eve we had 30 people come over. We had 20 adults and 10 kids, and it was awesome. Like it really, really like the new layout, like everything. It's not even completely done, but like everything I envisioned for this round of renovations kind of came true. And I feel like that is very good, like moving forward, because we've been looking at our compass, what do you call it? The YearCompass that we usually do at the beginning of the year on this podcast. And I was looking at last year's and I'm looking at this year's, and it asks you to like write up everything that happened every month, like big things that happened every month. And then also like what were the best things that happened, your best moments. And I think I said that last time, and it's true again this year. It's when like I am able to like gather people and just like being together and usually eating food. And this is what the new layout and everything I've been doing, that is kind of what that facilitates. And it's also then working really well with my mom and her Alzheimer, and she needs to like be able to withdraw herself from the kind of socializing. And before that was harder, but now that is possible. So we now have space for like the adults were downstairs, the kids were up on our little like half floor or mezzanine. And then we have like this little like lounge part, which is then all my mom's. So we could kind of all coexist and enjoy and be social, and everybody's needs were met. So that was pretty great, actually. See, this is why I need this podcast. Like yesterday I was like, no, everything is awful.
Doesn't sound like it's that awful.
No, I didn't want to do my compass. I had a migraine. I was like, this year it's a wash. And then I looked through my compass and I'm feeling much better and just like being able to talk about it. But I'm probably not like my migraine. I think I'm sick in some way. Like I'm not crying actually, but my eyes are like watering. So I'm not all together, I guess. That was the confused part. But why are you so energized?
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It just feels good to be back. Like, the Christmas break was kind of nice. I took the week before Christmas off, and that was right after we launched a new workflow builder. I think we did a product hunt launch the week before I left, and basically the entire team was off. Not exactly not necessarily overlapping exactly, but like over the last couple of weeks, everyone on the team had a vacation, and it's only since Monday that the entire team is back to work, and we are planning the new year, setting some, well, not goals, but like setting some things we want to focus on. And I'm just excited to be getting back into work and seeing what the new year brings. And also the sun's out, that helps.
I think I saw on Twitter that you were playing games with your team. I like that you are kind of socializing even though you're remote.
Yes, that's a big part of, well, it's a big part, I don't know. Like, but we do monthly calls with the entire team. And we usually do a round of updates, both work-wise and personal-wise. And after with like company-wide announcements, we do that in that call as well. But usually we pick a topic that we talk about. Like I don't know. For a while, we did talk a lot about food, like what's our favorite food and what's the weirdest food we had and stuff like that. But what we sometimes also do is playing games. And because we didn't, like, usually we set a topic for the next call, and I now realize we forgot to do that again this time. And we hadn't done this in December as well, so we just played a game. And this time it was called Wavelength. It's a browser-based game that's like real-time-ish with two teams playing against each other. And unfortunately, there was no explanation about how exactly the game would work. So the first 15 minutes, we just jumped in, and then the first 15 minutes was like us trying to figure out what we were doing. But then by the third round, we did. It made sense, and we finally understood what was going on, and it was quite a lot of fun. I can try to explain how it works, but I tried to explain it to my wife the day before, and it took like 20 minutes to just explain.
No, but I really like that you're kind of intentional about having kind of the team meetings be kind of more like social focus, like, you know, enjoying each other's time or like getting to know each other. And then I guess you do most of the other updates kind of either with the person that's needed or written.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only other thing we do for the entire team is we have this thread in Slack on Mondays with like written mini updates about what did you do last week, who are you thankful for on the team, and what are you planning to do this week. And that's basically our stand-up meetings, sort of, but it's async, it's in Slack, and just once a week. And then we have individual calls on a need to know basis, I guess. But yeah, I think it's nice to have this one call a month with the entire team just to get a team spirit and get to know people. And that's why we're also focusing on personal updates and then a fun activity or a fun discussion. For example, before Christmas, we were talking about Christmas traditions for each of us, which was kind of interesting to see, like, because we have such a not such a remote team. I was about to say such an international team that Christmas traditions are just different in different parts of the world, and that was a nice discussion. It's a nice opportunity to get to know the team members. Yeah.
You want to get into the compass?
Let's get into the compass. So for everyone who doesn't know, we're doing the YearCompass every year. That's a tradition Brian brought into the podcast a couple of years ago. And if you don't remember Brian, I guess you have to go back and listen to the very first episodes of this podcast. But anyways, it's on.
And he'll be back visiting this year because I see him on LinkedIn. Things are happening.
He's back. He's back into the self-employment thing. But yeah, we should definitely have him on soon and talk about that. But anyways, YearCompass. It's at YearCompass.com. It's like a small booklet with like printed out. I always print it in A5, so it's like 5 sheets of paper, double-sided, so it's like 20 pages with first part is about the last year and just reflecting what happened and how you feel about it and what did you do and what was good and what was bad and stuff like that. And then the second part is planning the new year. And I enjoy it every single time I do it. I usually procrastinate on it for at least a week or 2 or maybe 3. But when I've finally done it, it's always nice. And by now, I think I have a collection of 5 or 6.
Yeah, I
And
found
it's
my
nice to just,
one from last year. It's a little bit chewed on by our rodents, our dairy. But I did find it. I haven't been able to look at it that closely, but I did look at it a little
mine
bit,
look
and it
pretty
is nice.
pristine.
Yeah, well, things are chaotic here sometimes.
I don't have rodents.
You don't have rodents. No, but it is nice to reflect, and I really didn't want to this year, as I kind of mentioned. I was like, no, it was wash. I don't want to think about last year. It's like, and then you go through a calendar and look at all the like fun things that happened. And I think because our Christmas and January is so chaotic, I think I've decided that I don't really want to plan the next year until like February. I need to get through this chaos because it's like, I love the birthdays, but it's just like a little too much. So I kind of end up being like, overwhelmed. And then that brings me into like, all of last year was just awful. And all of next year is going to be like, I don't have time. Yeah. So I like, even though at first I was like, I'm kidding myself, but I think I'm intentionally gonna like do more of the like goal setting and planning, at least for the business in February. Even though I know now, like I want to have more of these like social gatherings and those things and keep up with my ballet and keep up with my strength training, like my personal stuff. I kind of know I just want to keep at it. But with like the business goals and stuff, I'm gonna wait until February, I think. Where like I feel like I have the margins to actually sit down and spend some time to myself doing this. So for new listeners, we have 5 family birthdays in January. That is the chaos I'm alluding to after spending, a family Christmas or holiday. But
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that in February, and I'll get back to everyone on what I decide on.
Cool.
But what are some of your business, or what are some of your takeaways, I guess, from doing the exercise this year?
Yeah, so overall, like my general sentiment about 2023 is, at least for me personally, I think it was a good year. Especially compared to 2022 and 2021, especially 2021, which was a shitty year, at least for me personally. So, yeah, I enjoyed 2023. I got married, was on a nice vacation, or actually 2 vacations even. Went to 2 conferences, 2 concerts. We met for the first time in person.
Yes.
I met
found
Jane
the photos.
again. You found the photos? Nice.
Yeah, because they said go through a calendar and like look at the highlights of the year. And my calendar, there was like really nothing there. And then I thought, oh, I should just go through my Google Photos. That is like a much better way.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I should probably do that as well.
And then I just got really happy. I was like, all these great people in my life and like all the nice things I got to do with them. And I was like, now I'm crying a little.
And I feel like, part of it was probably also like we didn't do that, like a lot of that stuff in the previous years because of the pandemic, and 2023 felt a little bit like back to normal, sort of, and being able to do this fun stuff that we couldn't do for quite a while. So I really enjoyed all of that. So overall, 2023 was a great year.
And then business-wise?
Business-wise, well, I don't know. Business-wise, 2023 was not what we planned and not what we expected. So one of our goals for 2023 was doubling revenue again, because we consistently doubled revenue every year before. We knew that it was kind of a stretch goal because by now, like, doubling is actually a decent chunk of money. We also had a goal of becoming profitable, or at least break even. And we didn't do both. And that's a bummer. Like basically, Userlist did not, like revenue wise, Userlist did not grow at all in 2023. It basically stayed flat. And I don't know. I feel like for the first half of the year, we were like, this is the economy. Like there's not a lot we can do, and it will be fine. Like in the rest of the year and stuff like that. And then in the summer, obviously it wasn't. So we were like a little bit scrambling, like trying to figure out what was going on, what the problems were, and I'm not entirely sure that we figured out what exactly is wrong. And admittedly, I also still think that a lot of it is like just the overall economy and like the overall sentiment in the market. And when you look at the numbers, like from ChartMogul, for example, with like aggregated numbers for the entire SaaS industry over the past year, like not everyone, but a lot of people have been struggling, and growth hasn't been there for a lot of people. So in a way, we weren't doing worse than everyone else, but we were also not doing well enough in terms of what we should be, like the way we should be growing, I guess. And once we realized that in the middle of the year, we basically try to cut costs as much as possible, reduce unnecessary spendings. Honestly, in hindsight, going to the conferences was probably a stupid idea because it was money spent.
But also you need to stay motivated and like meet people.
In that regard, it was definitely worth it, but like financially, it probably wasn't a smart idea. But again, like the tickets were bought when we still had a more positive outlook on things, so it didn't really make sense to roll back everything. And anyways, we managed to reduce the spending so much that we are at least not running out of money soon. But yeah, we're still not profitable. We're still losing money, and we need to figure something out this year. Like we have to become profitable, or at least get to break even one way or the other. So that's the focus for 2024. Like do everything we can to fix this and grow the company just a little bit. Like we're so close. That's especially like with like for example, we reduced our salaries a little bit, which honestly sucks. But the other option is like have the same salary but no company a week later. Which, it's probably also not a good idea. I
also hear that like most companies go out of business kind of in the growth phase, and it is it's usually like a liquidity, like cash issue.
Yes.
And even if you kind of start seeing growth, you need to be able to kind of wait until that growth money, compounds over time. Not just like, oh, we got a new client for, or like, how many new customers, like this month, like that's not going to give you a huge like bump, but like having them for the next year, like that's going to give you the money you probably need, or you might need.
Yeah,
and you have to be able to like wait that out and not fold.
Yeah, exactly. And then the realization that monthly recurring revenue is necessarily cash flow. Just because your chart in, I don't know, ChartMogul or Barometric says that your MRR is this, doesn't necessarily mean that's that exact amount of that exact amount of money that's coming into your bank account every month. Because annual plans and stuff like that, so it might be way less. So there's a little bit of planning involved, and like you need a certain buffer, I guess. And again, as I said, like we're fine, but it's still like we can't go like this forever. So it has to grow a little bit, and we have to make it work. Upside is since we launched the workflow builder and also worked on the website a little bit, like put that feature front and center, trials have been up, and revenue is growing again. It might be related to that, or it might be seasonal. That's a little bit early to tell, like too early to tell. But I'm really hoping that like just like the tweaks, like it's not seasonal, hopefully, and we can
Do you
keep
usually see a lot of people at the beginning of the year? Because we do that in Atseta. Like we have an influx of support right now with people kind of wanting to start their year off with like, starting their ID or their business or, side project.
Interestingly, like for us, it's the end of the year for whatever reason. Like,
it's probably because you have business customers, and business customers want to spend their revenue, like their budget.
I'm not sure. Like, I think what it might be is like what, especially last like in the last couple of weeks, we got a lot of like new trials from like smallish indie SaaS businesses, and I feel like our current theory is that like they're using the Christmas break to fiddle with stuff like this. So maybe that plays into it.
We also had some like over the Christmas holidays, I would say.
Yeah. So, but anyways, like right now it's looking as if it's growing a little bit again, which would be encouraging. But overall, I think the goal is for this year is to also improve our sales pipeline a little bit, or like the sales process. Because I think we're doing well enough with like self-service customers that just like sign up and maybe write in a customer support a couple of times.
Yeah.
That part is working, but like what we can see is that like bigger deals, like enterprise-y types of inbound stuff that comes in demos, I think we're doing a relatively bad job of like converting them or like leading them through the buying process and stuff like that. So I think this is something I want to work on this year, and I think it sounds like I maybe convinced Jane to improve, like to feel like the need to improve that is a little bit as well, because honestly, like if we land one of those bigger deals, we're probably good. So yeah, that's the focus for this year, at least on the.
I know that Monica has done some really good strides in enterprise sales with the Filmate. So you might already be chatting with her.
Not yet, but if she's listening, I will be in touch.
Yes, because I know that there's like they put some good like processes in place, and it's always nice to share playbooks, at least when what are not competitors, like totally different. Businesses.
I think I've seen on Twitter that she's in Las Vegas right now at a conference or something like that. So I feel like I don't want to disturb her right now. But like,
I was like, oh my god, they have their own conference, but no, her company's affiliate, and the conference was like affiliate marketing conference. So I was like,
it's like a perfect place to be, isn't it? Like,
yes.
So.
Absolutely perfect place for her to be. But yes, it was. I was just like, oh, did I put on like? How did I miss that she's putting on a conference and then they're not putting on a conference? Yeah.
But anyways, once she's back, I definitely want to talk to her and a couple of other friends that, at least from the outside, look like they have the sales process figured out. So I think there's stuff we can learn from, and we can only improve on any of this. And
I think you're ready for enterprise, which is like your product is very much like an enterprise type of product. Like you have the features. You're saying no, but
always room for improvement.
Oh well, there's always room for improvements, but like you have like a very not large. I guess you have a large feature set as well, but like you have a very like complete feature set on exactly what you're trying to do, which is like being like an email service for like larger SaaS companies or like people with like larger offerings, and those kinds of people often need a lot of hand holding and like special sales or like outreach, and they're not like spending their Christmas holiday just fiddling with tools. You know, while for Atseta, like with our price point, our lowest price point, like that is exactly the type of customer that we are geared towards, like somebody who wants kind of everything in one place for like a lower price point and not as a complete feature set in every feature or every product that we have in the product. So So I think that an enterprise sales plan for you guys really makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's not as fun.
It's not as fun, but
it's fun when you close them.
It's fun when you close them, and it will be fun when we like get the money and get paid for get like the new MRR and stuff like that. And I think it's also, I feel like last year was nice also in terms of like being in my comfort zone and just like building stuff for basically the entire year. But now with like the workflow builder done, with reports done, like those were like two major features that we were missing compared to competition. And now we at least have something comparable. Like it might be better or worse in certain aspects compared to everyone else, but at least it's not an instant no because we have don't have one of those features.
Yeah, you have all the checkbox features. Isn't that what they're called?
Exactly. Yeah, the
where
checkbox
like the
features.
person looking can be like checkbox, yes, and now we can start talking.
Exactly. And so we've got that. So I covered the one feature we are currently lacking a little bit still is like theming support and like just being more flexible with designs. So that's on the product, the thing we were going to build this year. We've got a beta for like the past 3 years or something like that, but we never polished it good. Like we never made it good enough to be confident about releasing it. But then again, I looked at the feature flag for this, and like half of our customers have the feature enabled. So
so you can't really just like scrap it.
we cannot scrap it. And if we're totally honest, we should probably just enable it for everyone because it's probably good enough. But I think it's also, there's a lot of room for improvement and a lot of potential in making something really good. So
that's also one of the things we're looking at that said it's making like a brand center, or like where people can configure how kind of all the things that we're in charge of, like the help desk and the sign up and register embeds and stuff like that, that you have like one place to kind of set your main configurations and then maybe override in like certain situation, but then your brand color, and looking into how to make it so that they don't choose an inaccessible color combinations, which is like something I've seen people solve over and over again. But it's like, it's an important thing because people will choose weird combinations, and choosing like dark purple on black background is not something we should at least call it out if they do that, because it's not going to be helpful for them. Yes, we're also looking into that as a way to like make it so that people don't want to build their own custom components, because like it's much easier for them and us if they just use what we give them. And usually the only reason they want to build it themselves is that they want the design to be different. It's usually not that they want the flow to be different. They just want the design to be different. So like giving them the option to customize that. And James, our designer, made like a prototype in Webflow with some JavaScript, and it looks awesome.
You mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, cool. But now it has to be built by the engineer, so we'll see.
Well, like, it works well in that prototype, but in reality,
I think it's more about replicating it, I guess, and making sure that it works like James intended it to work. But yeah, and we also have like a major thing coming out. I think it's official. Have we? I'm not good. I don't know. I don't know if it's official or not. I'll talk about it next time we talk.
Okay.
But we have a really cool integration coming out. Yeah, it's going to be like a game changer for us in that setup. Yeah.
I've got a guess, but I keep that to myself as well.
Yeah. I think Jeff has hinted at it on Twitter, but I haven't. I should have like checked that before going. I didn't think about it until now. I'll try to check more like because I just talk with them in Slack usually, and I'll need to like follow our own Twitter more closely to know what's like official information and what's not official information.
Right. Yeah.
Jeff is also writing up a really he does a yearly blog post about how everything at that setup went. So I can talk a little bit about that next time as well, because things are doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well.
Cool.
At the wrap up for last year. Yes, that is kind of cool. But we're also like, and experience, the more customers, the more you're feeling the lack of documentation.
True.
So I'm, and I've been like struggling with that all year. Like, where should my efforts be? And I've like tried to like patch a little bit here and there. And I realized I don't have like a really good framework for how to make good documentation. Like, I know how to use good documentation, but I haven't been in charge like writing it. And it wasn't originally like my plan that originally I thought my time would be more spent on like creating demos and integrations and stuff like that, but we really realized that we need to do like a big lift. So I've been reading Docs for developers or developer documentation. Docs for Developers, I think, is the website. It's a free book. It's really good and it's really short, and it's just like, it seems like they're like doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They're not even trying to selling consultant gigs or anything. They're just like written up all of their experience with developer docs. And I found it very, very helpful. So that's making me a little bit more excited about diving into this, because then like you have to do it piece by piece, but at least like if it's a part of a bigger plan, it feels more worthwhile to like write this down and be like, this is a procedural documentation for X. And then we don't have the conceptual documentation, but we know at least that there should be conceptual documentation tied to this. Then it feels like you're working on something that will like have like a wholeness to it when it's done, instead of just like shooting off little articles here and there, like docs. I get a little discouraged by doing that. Like, I can do it, but it just feels like, and it just feels a little, I don't get excited about that. So I got the whole team reading it. So
nice. I just copied the website and linked it in Slack for the entire team. So
yes, and I loved how it was like so short and to the point. Like, a lot of business books, it's just like, and then let me tell you about that one time at Stripe and blah, blah, blah for like 5, 10, 20 pages until they actually tell you what they learned and, what you can do about it.
Yes. Yeah. I love to the point content that's actionable and like not a lot of stuff around it. Yeah. So.
Yep. And I feel like it's the correct format when you're writing about docs for developers.
Exactly.
So they're doing really well in like selling me that they know their stuff by just being an easy read and not full of fluff. Yeah. So I highly recommend that. And I'll probably be talking about that more as we go forward in this year.
Cool.
But should we wrap it up?
I guess, let's wrap it up. Unless you have something else you want to talk about. But I guess we're going to talk about your plans in a week or two.
I guess next time I can talk a little bit more about what happened at Etc. this year when I read Jeff's blog post and know what is official in that, and what our plans are for the new year when I know what is official in that. And then sometime in February, I will be creating some personal business goals or direction. I hope, at least. I need some kind of direction on the things that are not Etc.
Makes sense.
It's still part-time, so I need to fill the rest of my time with money-making endeavors.
Sounds good. Well, I guess then have a nice birthday, like both tomorrow and on Saturday when you're celebrating. I want to see photos or videos. I don't know.
There will be all of the above. And if you're listening to this before Saturday 13th, and you can fly to Oslo, there's a party, and I have a couches. They're not comfortable, but you can sleep on them. You will be drunk, so it's fine. You don't have to be drunk. But point is, you're more than welcome to come to my 40+1 birthday bash. It's actually a home alone party, I realized, because my mother is going away with some friends so that we can like party without being a caregiver at the same time. So it's a home alone party, and she has a big bar that she's not allowed to drink anymore. So
that has to be empty by the end of it.
It has to be empty by the end of the weekend. I was talking to some friends over Christmas, and they were like, this really is a home alone party. Well, we're just gonna empty her bar. That's basically it.
Yep. And just make sure the police doesn't show up.
And then we have to like put all the bottles back because every now and then she goes and she pulls out the cupboard that is her bar to see if the bottles are like if they're there. She doesn't open them or drink them, but she like has to like make sure that
The
she
bottles
still
have to
has,
be there just in case. It
just
doesn't
in
matter if
case.
they're empty, but yeah.
So we're just because we're gonna drink it and then put the bottles back so it looks like she has a bar, or maybe fill them with water like she did with her parents' bar. I never did this, but my mother did this. They would like drink from her parents' bar and then like fill it with water, which
And they
is
never realized, or
they
did they
realized
realize?
they got grounded
Okay,
and
fair
yeah.
enough.
So I was told this
Honestly,
first. I never did it.
honestly, this would probably work with my parents' bar and probably also with our own bar.
Just drink it and then put the bottles back, and you would notice.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
there's so much stuff in there that we barely touch.
yeah. I have some of those as well. Like I have even here. Like we have. What is over here? Yeah, look at this. Got a tiny pepper gin bottle. It's all
Yeah,
dusty
could be water.
and could be water. It's never been opened, but this can also be drunk on this weekend. No, but
Cool.
yeah. Anyway, it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good birthday. And if you happen to be in Oslo or can get yourself to Oslo, I would love to have you. We're gonna be a mix of new, old, non-tech, tech people, and I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be. Well, then again, have a nice birthday, have a nice party, and talk to you in 2